Bob Aker, who's one of those great authors and speakers, and Rick's best friend, Becky showed his picture to you. He puts it this way. He says, when Rick and I wrote our first book about 13 years ago now, he says, we didn't want to call this anything, because we knew that as soon as you call it something, people will go, oh no, they've been to another conference. Oh no, we've got another thing to do. And then when you put PLC, attach some letters to something, and then everybody really gets it, right? He says, we actually consider just calling this common sense. Why not call it common sense? See, for me, I don't get why it's an initiative, why it's another plate. In my reflection on this, I just don't get why it's another plate. To be clear on our targets, and to engage students in a look at those targets, to inform them of those targets. That just shouldn't be another plate. And I really don't know why we ever moved assessment to the concept of only measuring and putting it in our grade books, and now we're talking about how about using it to nurture achievement. I mean, the message you want your students to hear is that you will use assessment to nurture their achievement. And so I don't know why that's an initiative. And I don't know why ever it was an initiative that we would help kids who struggle and do it collaboratively, to look beyond my own skills and find some others that might be out there already in the building. Then if they're not out there, to begin to develop a sense of interest and inquiry, and to collectively do that. That just seems to make sense to me. When you go back, you will either present this as another plate, or you will present it as common sense, the way we should do business in our school. And it will matter, because it will lead to certain levels of communication in your building. Now, Becky also showed you a slide that said you have to know what you're talking about, though. You have to really engage in that. Let's do a little reflection on some big ideas, all right? Here's one. Anyone that's too busy to reflect is too busy to learn. That's what this is about. A group of people coming together and reflecting on their practices so they can learn from it. And then if you take this into your classroom, it's having kids stop and reflect so they can learn, so they consume the data, so that they have ownership in their learning, that they know that they're part of this process, because you will send some messages to them every single day. Every single day as you have them stop and reflect. What will those messages be? Well, let's find out, all right?